for a double also. And then I jumped on the trampoline, or just bounced on it, really. You don't have to jump. You gotta get that heart rate up, you know. I was on there for over 6 minutes. I know, almost double what I did before. I remember the first time I did it wasn't too long ago, and I could barely do two. I was dying after 2 minutes, man. I also walked almost, actually more than 4 miles 2 days ago. It's very important that I get my cardio up. Uh, 0 people. My eyes suck, man. Yeah, very important that I get my cardio up. I also quit eating ice cream at night. I'm cutting out a lot of that sugar. You don't have to stay where you're at. You know what I mean? You don't have to stay um, with bad cardio or not strong at all. You don't have to stay like that. You can always improve yourself. That's what I'm trying to do with the cardio. Like I said, I walked more than 4 miles to the concert. Gillette Stadium, boy, that was a killer, man. That was a wake-up call that I need to get myself in better cardio shape and get in shape. So today I deadlifted. I had my best deadlift workout in 3 years, at least 3 years. 500 for a double, and then I threw 20 more pounds on there, and I did 520 for a double. I almost didn't go for two with 520, but I was like, man, don't be a pussy. Get that second rep, you know. So I got a second rep with for 520. Next deadlift, I'm gonna go 500 for a triple, and try to do 530 or 525 for a double. I'm gonna do more than one rep. I did that too long, just the one rep bullshit on the deadlift, which is fine, you know. But I'm at that point now. If I want to increase my strength back up to where it was past 600 pounds on the dead, I got to do more than one rep on it. Yeah, it sucks when you. I want to get my cardio up. I was just saying that was a wake-up call. That 4 miles walk to Gillette Stadium to see Post Malone. You know, that was a wake-up call and a half, man. Hello, how you doing, everybody? So I broke out, like I said, I deadlifted. I took a little break, a few minutes, and then I jumped on I got a trampoline over here. It's right over here, the trampoline. I put it up, though. Jumped on that for, I jumped on that for almost, it was about 6.5 minutes, a little bit more than 6 minutes, maybe, which is double what last human, you know, is physical point, and mine is cardio. And I admit that, humble, it sucks, but it's getting better. I'm doing something about it. I'm doing something about it. I also have a stationary bike in here, a spin bike. I'm gonna break that out too. I'm a champ power lifter, man. I don't take things lightly, or I don't do things half-assed, you know. For instance, one time when I worked as a deckhand going across the Atlantic Ocean, I drank a lot in Europe, and I was smoking cigarettes and shit. And I wanted to get back in shape going across the Atlantic. So I broke out the owner of the yacht I was working on. It was a 192-foot motor sailor. He had a little exercise room with a treadmill, and I got on that damn thing, and I got myself in pretty good shape going across the Atlantic. That was years ago, though. That was more than, how many years ago was that? It was more than 30 years ago. But yeah, it felt good getting on that trampoline and not dying after a couple of minutes, you know. But I think the walk, almost the mile walk there, that was a real good starter, because I took yesterday off completely from doing everything. I benched heavy on, what day was that? I benched heavy on Friday. And the next day was that concert. And gee, I didn't realize we had to walk 4 miles, man. But hey, it was worth it. It was a great concert. Post Malone was fantastic. So was Jelly Roll. Is one of my favorite, man. What an inspirational character. The guy who's been in prison. He's sober like me, and he made it. You know, he made it. He's lost all kinds of weight too. You know, so you never have to stay in the rut where you're at. And if you get any haters out there, there's tons of them on the internet. You know, just block them. Just block them. That's what I do. Any kind of bullshit, you know. This is a sober powerlifting improve yourself channel. We around here, we try to improve ourselves, man. Yeah, I don't take any of that shit serious. You know, I'll just block the person because I know usually 99% of these people that come on like and have something negative to say, they have no videos or anything. They just do that. They're called trolls. You know, they're keyboard warriors. You know, you just gotta block those guys, man. I know the guy Tim, a nice guy though from Garage Workouts. He doesn't block any of them. You know, I do. I block them all. But Tim's got to get his ass in gear. You know what? Tim is a year younger than me, but he acts like he's 10 years older than me. You know, he's always getting injured, and the reason Tim is always getting injured is because he's 56, like I said, and he does programs like the Small Off Junior program, which has you benching 4 days a week, or squatting 4 days a week. Now, granted, we're getting almost near 60, you know. You don't need to be doing Small Off Junior programs, especially when you're only training like 5 or 6 months a year, because what happens is he'll train hard for a few months, he'll do one of them Small Off Junior programs, and then he'll injure himself, and then he's out of order for about 6 months or a year sometimes. Then he comes back, he has to start all the way at the bottom again, and he does the same thing again, you know. It doesn't work, man. That kind of program is for the younger. It's not for someone almost 60. Small Off Junior program where they bench 4 days a week. One of them's back to back. You don't even take a day off. I'm sure it's worked for younger people, you know, or 40, 45 years old. But yeah, I don't suggest doing it at my age. But you got to be consistent. If you're only going to be able to train 5 months a year because you're going to do some kind of crazy program like that at our age, it's not worth it. Then you got to start all over again. You know, that's heartbreaking. That's like me. I'm sober. Coming close to 10 years and 10 and a half years. I've been sober almost 10 and a half years. Someone that goes back out drinking after being sober for a long time, that's what's hard. That's like, it reminds me of that. That's very heartbreaking. You know, if you've been sober for many years and then you relapse. Now, the most I ever had before I got this 10 and a half years was I got a year together, I think 4 or 5 different times. I never could get 2 years. I never gave up the people, places, and things I was hanging out with before I got sober. You know, I kept the same girlfriend. Yeah, it happens to a lot of people. They go to rehab and they're in a marriage or whatever, and their spouse still uses alcoholically or on drugs or whatever, and they go back to that same situation. They think they're cured after being in rehab for 30 days, and they end up relapsing almost right away. You can't go back to the same people, places, and things. That's why so few people make it out of rehab. They go back to the same bullshit, you know. And it really does, though. It takes, hey, love the content. Thank you. I appreciate it, Saul. Appreciate it. Yeah. Trying to make it look better. I know I'm too heavy. I'm much too heavy right now. But you know what? I don't have to stay heavy the rest of my life. Thank you. I appreciate it, Maddie. Is it Mickey? Maddie, Mickey. Much appreciated. Thailand is a very beautiful country. A lot of Buddhist temples and stuff. Very beautiful, beautiful people. Beautiful looking people. Yeah, very beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love your country. Beautiful. I have no thoughts on whether they want to use it or not. You know, it's not a magic pill. It's not. I know people that have done that can't even bench 300 pounds, you know. It's going to give them about a 10%, 15% advantage, maybe 20% at the most, from what I've been reading, you know. I knew a guy that benched 350 naturally, and he went on that, and it got him up to almost 400 pounds. It got him to 400. So you figure 50 more pounds So what percentage is that? That's a pretty good percentage, 50 pounds on 400. Yeah, it's what is that about? What, 15% about? Yeah, something like that. You figure what's 15% of 15%? 10% of 400 would be 40 pounds, right? So half of that would be, so it's 60 pounds more. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. The guy was doing 350 forever, 350, 360 sometimes in his gym. And he finally got up to past, just a little bit past 400 when he was doing the gear. But I don't have an opinion on it. And these people that claim to be natty, who knows if they are or not. On gear don't even have. Yeah, no, a lot of them don't. A lot of it's, genetic. A lot of it is genetics. I am of Highland Scotch / Viking, Polish, and Irish descent. My Scotch in me that shows up as Scandinavian or Viking. Have you even? Yeah, I tried. I do smelling salts. You know what? I don't suggest doing them if you're doing more than 1 or 2 reps. So you understand that, though? Why would you? I think it's kind of a little bit of a useless addiction of mine that I do them even if I rep something out. I don't suggest it though. Just do it if you're going for one. It's not going to hurt you or anything, more than likely. I mean, I guess I think I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't think if you have a really bad heart, you should probably not do them. You know, they give you a little boost, to pick you up a little bit. But I bench the same with or without them. Yeah. Do poppers work like? Yeah, no, they don't. Bath salts is a completely different animal. That'll keep you up for 3 days, and you'll eat your. People go absolutely batshit crazy on those things. I've heard of people eating people, turning into not. I don't know about that, but I've heard about it. People doing some fucking real bizarre shit. They end up waking up on that shit after being up for 3 days in a jail cell, looking at life in prison. I haven't heard about those in a long time. The bath salts, they used to be legal, but I haven't heard of them in a while since I left the Midwest. When I lived in the Midwest for a while, they were into all that. Oh, smelling salts, yeah, they're fine. Smelling salts are fine. You can buy them over the. You just put it, Google it, you'll find them. They're selling them everywhere. I got the West. Where's mine, anyways? I'll get mine over here somewhere. I gotta find it. I have. Let's see, where the fuck is it? Here it is. I got these cold cock. They're from West Side Gym. That's all. And then you have the poppers. I actually have one of them. I haven't swept up in here in a while. It's you pop it. It's one of. This is a used one. Those aren't bad. That's all. I have been powerlifting since I was 51 years old. 51. Yeah, let's see. Was I 50? Yeah, I was 51. A couple of months from 52 years old. It's been a little bit over 5 years now since I started powerlifting. I've been lifting seriously since I was almost 48. Not knowing what I was doing until a couple of years. I'm still learning, but my form on the deadlift's really gotten better. That's what I'd have to say that. My form on the deadlift's gotten a lot better. The squat's gotten better. Everything's gotten better in my mid-50s. I wish I had gotten into this younger, but I didn't. It is what it is, man. We can't do anything about yesterday. Like I said, I've been sober for about 10 and a half years, and for over a decade and a half, I was mostly homeless, in and out of treatment centers. In and out of, I was in a nut house 3 times. One time just because I said I wanted to kill myself because I had nowhere to go. Thank you, I appreciate it. My battery's dying. It's fast on this. I may do a double live today after I charge this again. Yeah, 10.5 years I've been sober, in and out of either a nut house. I was in and out of homeless shelters in Illinois, two of them actually, but I was in one of them like 4 times and I got kicked out of there 4 times. In Carbondale and in Marion, Illinois. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. Saul, I really do. But yeah, in and out of treatment twice, more than twice. I've been in several halfway houses in that time period, living on people's couches. I used to steal stuff at stores. I'm holding up just fine, you know. I need to get my cardio in order, which I'm starting to work on. I've decided, once I decide on doing something, I just do it, you know. There's no turning back. Yep, I want to be able to run to the door without being out of breath, you know what I mean? And run and take long walks without being out of breath. Yeah, that's great, man. Calisthenics is fantastic. I may start doing some of that too, you know. I may start doing that. Yeah, it's good to get the cardio. I know I'm pretty strong for my age, but I've got to get that back. It doesn't take long, though, to get the cardio back. It really doesn't, as long as you're consistent and you do it. It's just like, takes a lot longer. I'll be honest with you, it takes a lot longer to get stronger. Thank you. I appreciate it, Saul. Yeah, it takes a lot longer, in my opinion, for me anyway. I'm going to talk about me. It took me a lot longer to get strong. Yeah, I want to get more lean, Crunch. I do. I really do. So I went on the trampoline. I got that trampoline. It's right over here. I put it up, you know. I was jumping and bouncing on that thing. And I also have a spin bike over there. And I'm using it now. I'm using it. Yep. It's hard to gain both strength and get lean at the same time. Very hard. But your body will catch up with it, you know. The body's an amazing machine. You might get weaker for a period of time while you're losing weight or whatever. But, and also the diet, I'm cutting out the ice cream at night. I was eating a bowl of ice cream every night. And I've cut that out. 2 days now. It's been 2 days. You got to start somewhere. So I'm cutting that out. I don't use sugar in my coffee. I use stevia, which is a natural sweetener. It's called stevia. I've got to watch what I eat at work also. That's another problem because it's a base. It's a military base, and they serve a lot of food there. You know. No, I'm not in the military, but I work at a military base. Oh yeah, they are hard to quit. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, Saul. It's not the easiest thing in the world, you know. I'm just a thing at a time. If I can cut that big bowl of ice cream out at night, you know, that's a lot of calories and a lot of sugar I won't be taking in before I go to bed. So that's a start, you know. I made it a point yesterday not to have any ice cream, and the day before it got to be a habit, you know. You know, if I'm gonna have a snack, it's gonna be like yogurt, maybe regular yogurt. Thank you, I appreciate it, Saul. Appreciate that. I already got 4 people. Yep. I got this shirt from my friend Vincenello, first man to deadlift 800 pounds at under 200 pounds. Yeah, Crunch, sugar is very bad. I mean, in moderation, it's okay, but it's an addictive substance. It really is. Sugar is an addictive substance, and it's legal. And a lot of people, you know, it's in everything. I don't eat any of those processed cereals. I haven't done that in years, so I've stayed away from processed cereals. We get stuff that's organic from this natural place. Another thing, I have this app. It's called Bobby Approved. Yeah, it's better than you want to stay away from corn syrup. The corn syrup there, sugar there that's made with corn. If you see corn syrup, stay away from it. Cane sugar, stay away from it. You know. at the best you can. I have this app. It's a pretty good app. It's Bobby approved. He's got a YouTube channel, and he looks at all the ingredients of all this food in all the grocery stores. And that's all you got to do is scan the label on it there, the IC code or whatever you call it. Microdosing mushroom coffee. That's fine, you know. My fiance drinks mushroom coffee, actually. Um, I don't mind it, but mushroom coffee, you know. I don't mind mushroom coffee. Liberty Garden. It's going pretty good. Had my best deadlift not tonight, this afternoon. 500 for a double, and then I went to 520. I got that for a double. Wish I had some water in here. I drank the rest of my. I drink a lot of water now too, man. Got to drink a lot of water. I got to cut down. I don't drink any soda with sugar in it. Maybe one Diet Coke a day. That's about it, you know. So in my coffee, I just put stevia, which is a natural sweetener. Yeah, I'm mad. I ran out of my water. You know what the worst thing is? When you're ready to work out here, you know, I don't live far. I live right over there, see? It's not that far. There's my car. Yeah, I watched Eddie Hall. That's a different sport. It's called strongman. They use straps. It's a nice sport. He's a very strong guy. I love Eddie Hall. Very inspirational. Totally different sport, though. The concert was great. I had a wonderful time. I really liked Jelly Roll. He told some of his story up there, man. What an inspirational guy that is, you know. You know, he's talking about how he changed. You know, he's been to prison and all that. And he got off drugs and alcohol. What a great story he has. Yeah, I like the Highland Games as well, my friend, yeah. I'm of Scottish descent. It shows up in the DNA as Scandinavian, so a Viking descent. But it's the heritage is there of the Scottish. I've been to the Highland Games, and my dad grew up in Nova Scotia, which is mostly Scottish. Yeah, it was a great time. Great time. Post Malone was very good. The only thing that sucked about it is the weather started going downhill right after Jelly Roll. Started raining a little bit, and it got cold. So it was kind of cold and wet, you know. So that would have made it a little more enjoyable. But I did have a great time. The long walk wasn't fun, but you know, it opened my eyes that I need to get myself in better cardio shape. It was a 4-mile walk, you know. Yeah, 4-mile walk, man, to from the parking spot to Gillette Stadium. Yeah, long walk. Yeah, a lot of us have to. You know, we can always improve ourselves in different ways, man. My cardio absolutely sucks, so I'm gonna make it better. You know. A lot of people, I got offended, but I shouldn't have got offended. People on the comment section tell me to work on my cardio. I'm not going to get offended with that anymore, you know, because they're right. I do need to, and I'm going to do it, you know. No more getting offended on that, you know. Let's see if I have any water in this thing. It's empty. Yeah. Bruno, I'm doing good. Had my best deadlift in 3 years, 500 for a double, and 520 for a double as well. My battery's about to die on my phone, so I'm going to have to get going here very soon. Oh, yeah, that's a great series. I saw that, the whole thing. I may have to watch it a second time. There's another one that's good, too. It's about the Vikings are involved with it. It's about Alfred the Great. It starts in the beginning in Europe. Not Europe, I'm sorry, in England. About the, about the Danes and, what do you call them? I'm trying to think of the people in England at that time. The Saxons. Yeah, the Saxons. The Saxons against the Danes, you know. Throw that away later. I will see you later. Wow. Thank you for showing up to my live stream. Yeah, it's been a good live stream. You never know when it's going to be good or bad, you know. My last name used to be a king in Ireland. Oh, nice. Wow. That's cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I am a quarter Irish also. So it's a quarter Irish, quarter Scandinavian / Scottish. Because that's where the Scandinavian lived, Scotland, probably for 1,000 years, you know, in Scotland. And then I am a quarter Polish from my grandmother's side. Yeah, I knew I was Polish. I knew I had some Irish in me, but I wasn't sure how much. I guess my grandmother was 100% Irish, pretty much, on my dad's side. That must be where that comes from. And then the Scotch is from my father's dad, the Scotch / Scandinavian. That shows up as Scandinavian. And my grandmother on my mother's side was 100% Polish, so I knew that for sure, you know. I hear my dog barking. I think it's my dog. I gotta get in the house. You guys have a great day. I will probably go live again in a little bit. Have a good one, guys. God bless.